There. Today we are going over the very basics of how to cite your source in Word. This is my Microsoft Word page. I just made a brand new page, and at the very top, we're going to start by adding our title. So, when you're first starting out in doing citations, the first thing you're going to want to do before you even type anything is go to Purdue OWL or owl.purdue.edu and find the format for APA 7th edition. And my favorite part of this page is you can see this APA sample paper right here. We're going to click there. It'll take us to a sample paper. So we're going to scroll down here towards the Works Cited page, which is usually at the very bottom. There you go. Works cited, references, bibliography, however you want to describe it, it all works. You're going to put this title at the end of your paper and the top of your page in bold. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to head over to Word, and for the sake of this tutorial, you can imagine I've already written an essay in, the space above this, and that I'm making a reference list for my essay. When you're starting out writing, you want to throw your font and font size into the standard APA style, which is typically a Times New Roman 12-point font and double spaced. Some professors prefer single spaced, but most that I've worked with like double spaced. So we're going to throw that in double space. That's the 2.0 right here at the top. So for the sake of this example, we're going to say I'm writing a paper on the history of tea. So I found this very lovely article on the UF library database page, Primo Search, about tea and tea drinking. And you can send to a citation right away. Make sure you're in APA 7th edition over here, and you have your citation. Before you copy and paste to your Word document, you're going to want to make sure it lines up with your standards. So to review the standards, go back to that website you started on, that Purdue OWL, and you're going to find the reference list for electronic sources. Scroll down to find the type of article you're citing. This is an online scholarly article, which has a DOI. Because of that, this is the standards we're going to use. This is our reference here. This looks about right. We have quite an extensive list of authors here, the year, the title, the periodical in italics right there, volume, issue, page numbers, and that DOI link. So this looks great. But we want to keep going one more step further just to be safe, because if you don't cite things correctly, that is plagiarism. We don't want that. Go to the article, and here we can go available online. It'll take us to the article page. I already have it pulled up. It'll list the date, the authors, the periodical, all of that information that it's telling you right here. You just want to fact check real quick. The first thing that pops out to me is this author's list has 6 authors on it, and it's much shorter than this author's list, which has a couple other names. Right away, I was confused, but if you scroll down, you can see an extended list of all the authors that contributed to this article, and that is confirming the citation we were given here. So this citation that Primo Search gives us looks to be safe. So I can go ahead, copy it to my clipboard, or of course you can select and then copy and paste. Go back to our Word document and throw it in there. One thing that's really important for your reference list is each of your citations are going to have a hanging indent after the first line. But Word has a tool you can use to install a hanging indent. You go over here to paragraph. You can see this little line, and then you're going to come down to indentation, special indentation, hanging. Okay, and look at that. We have our hanging indent. Following this, you can go ahead and input the rest of your citations for your paper, include your in-text citations, and then order your citations by the first letter of that first last name there. I'm only using one citation for this example, so I don't need to worry about that. And from there, it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure that you're double checking everything to avoid plagiarism, and happy writing.